All right, so let's begin with our dynamic warm-up. So we will be getting standing up. We're going to be doing our side-to-side lunges with touching the floor, just to kind of get the heart rate elevated and to loosen up the lower body. So everyone's going to be standing up. So wide stance, a little wider than normal. And then you're basically shifting your weight laterally, so left and right. And then eventually you can kind of spread your feet further apart and just kind of reach down, almost like you're going to touch the floor. You don't have to touch the floor, but you can if you want to go that low. But we're just doing a partial range of motion to kind of loosen up. Okay. I use the hand as kind of just a guide. Just kind of helps warm up the motor skills, so like the coordination. So like right hand, right leg, that kind of thing. Because there's obviously a lot of coordination involved in some of the movements we do. 2 more, 1, 2, and then transition into a lunge, thoracic stretch. So left hand touches the floor beside the foot, and then turn this way and reach to the ceiling. Bring it back down, right hand on the floor, and turn this way. Once more, left hand down and turn. And last time. Back up, same position. Continue the lateral partial lunge. Try to always face forward, so try not to have your body looking down. Okay. Two more. And then rotate this way, lunge. Right hand touches the floor beside the foot. Rotate this way. Switch, other hand, and rotate. Once more each. And relax. Done. Okay. So now we're going to do the inchworm. We incorporated this into our previous week's workout. It obviously really tests your range of motion, your flexibility. So if you're unable to keep your legs straight, you can have a little bit of a bend in them. But let's give this one a try. So everyone is standing up. And the idea, again, is that you are walking out with your hands, trying to stretch the hamstrings. Okay, so really it's here. And then walk back like so. Or what you can try is walking forward with your feet. So go with your hands. And then if you could, you can meet in the middle with your legs. Okay, that one challenges it a bit more. It's a little tougher to kind of do that. Or you can step back with your hands. Okay, it's just really a good dynamic stretch for the hamstrings and obviously some strength. So let's do a couple more. And done. Good. Okay. Last one on the floor. On the hands and knees. Let's start with our right leg. So you're going to have your right leg out like this, and it's slightly behind you. Okay, like here. And then what you can do is bring your right hand on your waist and your hip, and I want you to bring your leg forward and backwards slowly. Engage the glutes when you go behind. Okay, now bring it on an angle right about here. Circles. Other direction. And then in and out. So bring the knee to the chest and extend. In and out. Okay, other sides. You should feel that warming up around the hips, so your glutes. So start in a 4-point position. Lift your leg up. Now lean that back, hand on the hip, starting with the forwards and backwards. Make sure you have enough room so I need to adjust. So I can feel myself on this side. I have kind of worse range of motion. So definitely a lot weaker here. Okay, circles. Other way. In and out. Okay, good. Okay, so it's not supposed to be super strenuous. It's really just mobility, activate the muscles, increase the heart rate a little bit, and then obviously just activate the glutes as much as you can. So it's just really important before you start going into your full range of motion exercises. Okay, all right, so just a quick drink of water, and then we'll begin some of the more in-depth movements, okay? So you'll need your weights. And we're going to do our single-legged one-arm row. So not to be confused with the one-legged deadlift with the row. So we're going to kind of focus on the upper body movement here. As much as I love incorporating more advanced movements with 3 or 4 targeted muscle groups and components into one exercise, sometimes it could be too much where you really want to focus on one particular thing. And in most cases, everyone needs to improve their balance. So we're going to focus more on that. So just kind of keeping it static with the leg behind, performing a dumbbell row. So you're going to need both weights. What we're going to do is we're going to do 6 each leg. So here's what it's going to look like. Everyone grabs your weights. Let's start with the right foot planted and your left leg goes behind. Now, obviously, the better range of motion and balance you have, the further back your leg can go and the higher. So don't feel like you need to put it really high, okay? And neither will I. So both weights, kicking the leg back, find that position, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Focus on that stability. 5. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. 6. Switch sides. Right leg is behind. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. Squeeze. 6. And done. Good. So I find it helpful if I can pinpoint something on the floor or the wall and I'm looking straight at that object. It could be a little mark on the wall. It could be anything. And you're just really focusing on that one thing. And if you move that, and if you change where you're looking, it can throw off your equilibrium. So balance, 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 so crucial. So focus on that one to really stabilize the knee and really strengthen the glutes and improve that balance while performing the upper body movement. Okay, next one, we're on the floor. Okay, you will need one of those weights. Hopefully you remember this one. A lot of upper body involved here. So what you're going to do is we will be doing a plank push-up position. So that's where you are hands and then up to the toes. And then you are going to basically do the same row, drop the weight down, and then you grab it with the other hand. So row, drop in the middle. so that you can do the other location, the other side, sorry. So you really want to try to eliminate the rotation. So you want to make sure that you keep your hips level and you're rowing it like this, as opposed to this. So try not to turn your body. That's the whole point of this exercise, is to help with the stabilization, the core, shoulders, everything, okay? So let's say we do 12 altogether. Okay, ready, everyone's up in 3, 2, 1, and up, and begin. So, 1. If you need a wider base, you can spread your feet out. I like to do that. Almost there. 1 more. Done. Good. Okay. So it's a lot harder when you're focused on trying not to have any excessive movement in the hips or the trunk. You don't want to do that pull, that long drag. It's just that minimal movement. So just a little tip when you're trying that one on your own time, okay? All right, just a quick little water break again. Okay, so this next one is definitely going to get the heart rate up, okay? So we were going to be doing a lateral burpee. So if everyone knows what a burpee is, it's pretty much the most dreaded exercise in the gym or in the workout routine. And what we're going to do is, because of the lack of height that I have in my room here, and maybe even where you are, we can't do the full vertical burpee where you reach up to the ceiling, because I can hit mine, and I've done it where I almost put a hole in the ceiling. So we're gonna do it laterally, and that also ties into our functional training workout, because you want to be doing movements that are typically not done in a workout routine. Everything is done up and down. You know, it's in this little box that we're working with. So it's always important to work outside of that by doing different planes of movement. So we're gonna do lateral. So similar to the skater stride. So what you're going to do is a half burpee. So it'll look like this with a lateral hop. So, okay. So you're going to do a lateral hop, down, down there, jump it back up, lateral hop, down. Just like so, okay? So make sure you have space. As you can see, I have some objects here that I have to work around. So just be conscious of the surrounding areas. Let's do 10 altogether. So everyone's up. Make sure I have some room here. Okay, ready. And here we go, lateral hop. Down. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. Keep going. Here we go. Four more. One more. Done. Okay. Good. All right. That one gets the heart rate up on the floor. Quick little dynamic stretch. Scissors with the legs, 90-90. So both are bent. And just switch. Anytime we do burpees, it's always hard. Okay, good. All right. Another quick water break, 30 seconds, and then we're back up again. So for this next one, if you have it, try to grab a heavier weight. If you don't, you can use the same weight, that's fine, but it is going to be a bit more of a challenging kind of exercise with resistance. So if you have a heavier weight, awesome. Okay, so this one's called a figure 8 squat. So I don't know if you can already predict what it's going to be. You're going to be standing up, and we're going to go in 2 directions. You're going to pass the weight in between your legs. So here's what it'll look like. You're over here. You're in a half squat position, okay? Bring your feet a little closer together, and you're going to look straight ahead, maintaining the squat, passing the weight in and out. That's where the coordination comes in, okay? But while you're doing that, your legs are burning. They're on fire because you're holding that squat position the whole time, okay? So again, functional movements, you're multitasking, you're working 2 or 3 different things at once. Really efficient, time-saving exercise that's very effective, okay? So we are going to do 20. So basically it's 10 handoffs each direction. Okay, but I'll count you in. All right, so here we go. Everyone standing up. Make sure you can see me. Okay, ready. Always important to look ahead. Don't look down. Try not to anyway. Here we go. And begin. Low squat. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now hold it. Ready? Now other direction. This way. 1, 2. Hopefully that was the other way. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and done. Okay. All right. All right, walk that one off. Really feel the quads there. Okay. Those ones are always a challenge. It's working a different type of contraction in your muscles. What's called isometric, where you're holding a position as opposed to a squat up and down, which is a different type of contraction. The holding that, the muscles are firing the whole time, and there's no lengthening, there's no shortening. The muscles just stuck in that contraction, isometric static phase. So it can burn a lot. But very effective, very efficient to multitask and do those different exercises in one. So, and obviously the handoff, the figure 8, is really just a distraction. So instead of you just sitting there holding a squat for a minute, which can be boring, and like, why would you want to do that? The figure 8 is a distraction for 1, and then for 2, your upper body is getting that workout, but you're also improving your coordination, your hand-eye coordination. So lots of stuff is happening at once. Give that one a try in your workouts. It's always fun. Okay. So now you're sitting down. Okay, and we're going to do our Russian twists. So we're going to go 20 with no weight, and then we're going to do 10 with a weight. So let's start without the weight. So remember, you're in a V kind of sitting position here, lifting your feet off the ground, hands here, chin up, and then rotate and touch the floor beside you. Touch. Keep going. Halfway there. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Good. Okay, a couple deep breaths. Okay, now you're going to grab those weights or the weight that you want to use. We're going to do half as many repetitions, but now we're using the load, our weight, to make it more resistance, more force production required. But even though it's half the repetitions, it still is effective. Okay. All right. And yes, remember, by the way, one repetition is there and back. It's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. All right. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, lift and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, almost there. 9 and 10. Good. Okay, awesome. We made it through the hard parts, our high intensity warm up and our full movements. So now we can bring it down with our active loosening and static stretching. Okay, make some room. Pigeon stretch. So similar to the 90-90 scissors, one leg in front, which is bent, and the one leg behind you, you want to try to have it fully extended behind you, okay? And plant your hands here, or lean back if you can, and hold it there. You should feel tightness, feel that stretch along the outside of the hips, in that glute area, the thigh. Now bring it down, just kind of rest the weight down. Wait here for a second. And then back up again, so lift. See if you can improve the range of motion this time. It's a good stretch here. Drop it down. Bring the other leg forward. Okay, ready? Now we're going to switch sides. So this leg in front and the other leg extended behind. Remember, it looks like this. Good. Okay, and hold. Drop it down to relax. And again, see if you can increase the angle, make it a bit more difficult. And drop. And done. Good. Okay, now to the knees. Okay, now we're going to do our hip flexor stretch. You guys know this one. So one foot is planted. So again, from the side, it's here. Opposite arm. So if it's your right leg, left arm on the knee and turning this way. So if your right leg is in front, you should be feeling the stretch on the opposite side on the left in front of the leg, the hip flexor there, okay? It's really important that you don't go through the motions, that you're actually feeling the benefit of this movement, of this stretch. Okay, now pull it back, release. Okay, step forward more and go down, push it a bit further. Arm and hold. Pull it back, good. So again, you should be feeling it along here, okay? Those are very tight muscles. We all have that tightness and the imbalance. So the hip flexors are from sitting too much and having weak glutes. So very important to do this stretch and strengthen the glutes, obviously. So now left foot's in front, 90-degree angle on both sides. Opposite arm, turn this way. Bring it back. Okay, make your adjustment. Go down lower. And here we go. Okay, release. Finish that one. From this position, you know the rest. Sitting down on the heels, child's pose, going down and hold. Slide up. Deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. You're going to go down again, but this time I want you to have one arm underneath. So here's what that looks like. So slide down, take your one arm, and you're going to put it off to the side. So sorry, from here to here, and then that arm is underneath. Up, back down, other arm. So this one slides underneath. And up, good. And then just one more, just to finish off the back, is to do the hug. All right, so we're here, and just hold that. And one last deep breath. Done. Okay, thanks guys. Thanks for joining today. I hope you have a good rest of your study week. Try to get some relaxation time, but stay active as per usual. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next week.